Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Tonight, viewers, I want to hear from you concerning the increase in electricity rates that you will be paying. How will it affect you? Or is it going to affect you? This is an issue that have been trending in Trinidad and Tobago. Is the rise of electricity bill is going to affect you? And by how much is it going to affect you? This is what we want to know. Now, the RIC did its consultation, about 15 consultations throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and they still found it fit to increase the bill up to 68% for businesses. After their consultation, they found it was fit. Did they take into consideration COVID? We're now recovering. Did they take into consideration the loss of jobs in Trinidad and Tobago? Did they take into consideration the amount of business shut down and cannot recover in Trinidad and Tobago? But the RIC found it fit to pass on to T&Tech up to 68% increase that we would pay. So I want to hear from you tonight. Another thing that is trending in Trinidad and Tobago is $55 million or $50 million spent on the Attorney General's office. AG refused to go in. Rental agreement expired. Where did $55 million go? And who is going to benefit in that building now that we have spent $55 million to repair? Who's going to benefit from that? Was that done as a favor to somebody? You know I'm asking. Did a contractor got favored for that $50 million? Which family benefited from that money? How many people benefited from that money? Why is it that the Attorney General office is not holding the DPP accountable for saying, yes, I will move into the office, and after he just changed his mind? How come no one is being held accountable for that money being spent? So they just pick up money side the road and just spend it just so? The Office of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs has said legal notice have been issued to allow the public more timely to comply with legislation requirement for making certain payments, action, license, and registration. In a statement, it said the 11 notice numbered 347 to 357 deals with acts on bills and sales, cinematograph companies, license and dealers of precious stones and metal, moneylenders, non-profit organization, pawnbrokers, scrap metal registration of clubs and theater and dance hall. The Attorney General office added that the extension under these acts has been extended from November 14th to February 14th, 2024. Why is this now? We don't know. But I could tell you something. The COC, Certificate of Character System, is not functional. What we go do? What we go do? Protest in Trinidad again. How can we get something done in Trinidad? Through protest. That is the only form, that is the only sneeze right now in Trinidad and Tobago where you, the citizens of our country, can get something done to draw the attention of those in authority, to draw the police, to draw the councillors, to draw the MP. What can we do? Protest in Trinidad and Tobago. That is what we can do to get the attention of those in authority. So while we're talking about protests, residents of Cuba and environs demonstrated again against proposed hike in electricity rate. The demonstration commenced at Rooks Junction and headed into Lisas Boulevard, where Thiantec's central office are located. Cuba South MP Rudy Nadindar Singh lent support to the protest, stated that people are fed up of paying increased taxes and rates and said they are being forced into poverty. He said the government can reject the recommendation for the increase from the Regulated Industry Commission, that is the RIC, since Thiantec is wholly owned by the state. So come on, Trinidad and Tobago, RIC is telling the electricity commissioner, but hey, this is the rate we propose. But did you all know that Thiantec is owned by the state? Same thing as WASA. So you think a private company is raising the bills? No. Your rates? No. It is state-owned company that is actually raising their rates. State-owned companies, Thiantec and WASA. RIC is outside. Who is the Minister of Public Utilities? Marvin Gonzalez. So Marvin is waiting to hear from a private company now how they're going to go about increasing. Who owns Thiantec? The state is owing Thiantec, a state company. So state offices are owing state company. Imagine that. And they want to pass on the bill to we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I'll open all the eyes. 2386716. Open your eyes. Like I told you. Let me tell you something. The rippling effect you're going to get from the rise of electricity rates is like, it's best the government raise gas price. I'm telling you. Because very soon, gas station owners going to complain, you know, that their margin that they are making, it is becoming too small. Take what I'm telling you, and they're going to raise the price of gas. They're going to raise the price of gas. Everything added that the government has a moral duty to reject the rates increased because it would lead to further hardship for the ordinary people of Trinidad and Tobago. The march was organized by a group called Friends of Cuba, and they plan to launch a petition against the rate increase. They will drop off the signed petition to TNTech by next week. I will support that. I will support that. Because I will tell you something. I got my light bill today. Today I got my light bill. My light bill is close to $8,000. $8,000. And commercial, I am paying up to 51% increase. So when my light bill is just about $200 or $300 less, $8,000 in 2 months. The increase on my light bill is almost $4,000 increase. So that now is close to $12,000 I would be paying for lights. That much jump. That much jump. Almost $4,000. 51% increase. So imagine now you with your residential property. Property tax come out now from January. Electricity bill going up. Water rate want to go up after. Your internet and phone line already went up. Your groceries already went up. And it's going to go up again. Because your $10 cheese you're buying, you wouldn't be paying $10 for it anymore. You might pay $20 for it. Imagine paying $20 for a $10 block of cheese. Imagine that. The t-shirt and them used to buy for $50. You might pay $75 and $80 for it now. Take what's selling all here. Take what's selling. When the lolly man passing on the street, dark and gold. Dark and gold are paying $15 for. You might have to pay about $20 or $23 for one of that now. In fact, all ice cream gonna go up. Ice cream is gonna go up. A simple thing as ice cream. A simple thing as cake will go up because you need electricity for the freezer to work to keep the ice. Then what? In one place, intact. Oh, come now, man. Your juice that you have in the fridge is going to cost you more to make and store in the fridge and drink in the afternoon. It's going to cost you more. Oh, let's think about it. Think about it. It's sad, you know. It's sad. So before I go any further than this, viewers, remember, Real Talk is offering you 4% on fixed deposits. We want you to be members of Real Talk Credit Union Information. Open a savings account. Open a shares account for your friends, your family, and your loved ones. Now, would we be offered 4% to you? It's only the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago is offering you 4%. It's Real Talk. The only financial institution. And yes, I have license to lend money. So if you're looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. If you have money put on in the bank and you want a bigger interest in it, take it out from where you have it and bring it. Take it out. What interest are you getting in commercial banks that is going to pay your bill at the end of the month? What interest rate? Tell me. Somebody tell me. You have $100,000 put on in the bank. You're getting 1% 40 years now. A guy told me that he said, Saeed, I have $200,000 put on in the bank. About 7 years now. And the man even crossed $3,000. In 7 years' time, he had even crossed $3,000 on interest. With that $200,000, for 1 year at Real Talk, you're getting $8,000. 1 year. And you multiply that by 5. How much you getting? 8 5 is 40. Look at that. Look at that. Where you getting that? Only on Real Talk. Only on Real Talk. So, remember viewers, Real Talk equipment rental is also expanding in Guyana. I'm going to open a finance and investment company in Guyana also. I've registered Real Talk equipment in Guyana. My license almost came through for Guyana. And we're expanding. It's a boom for Real Talk. Just imagine, finance company of the Caribbean. Let's stop me now. Stop me now. You know why does it stop me? Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff. They would comfort me. They would comfort me. That's what I'm telling earlier. Invest in a company that is reaching for the sky. All investing in commercial banks that all the money just sit down flat right there. You know, it's like you power plate and account and it remain right and it's moving. All again is rusty. Call a good night. Hello? Take care, gotta click one time, we don't play that. Minister of Finance, Cluggenberg, have stated that the potential electricity rate will not affect minimum wage earners since there is a rebate policy in place. 2 weeks ago, the Regulated Industry Commission, RIC, proposed Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, TNTEC, rate increase next year by varying amounts across the board for residential, commercial, and industrial. In a virtual news conference, Imbert pointed out that the cabinet has to consider the proposal and then the government will take appropriate action. Let me tell you something, this is coming out, you know. This is more money for the government, more money for TNTEC. You think they're going to let this slide? Allah come now, man. Call a good night.
Good night, good night. Saeed, what happened to this police commissioner, Ella? You are sending over so many police vocations. These are the Burn, Alexander, everybody is sending on vocation. And in 100 little schoolboy, you playing marble pitch. Man, it's 6 minutes this time. What you look at, people standing around in the church here. Can't sit in your house. You can't come out, walk the road. I mean, what has happened in this country?
I understand.
What even a riot in this country, I don't think will change these people in them. Who given where they get the direction from? Is one place we can think about. This Duncy had not said political leader that we have there as the Prime Minister. I mean, people suffer in this country. You can't get water. I just see my eyes yesterday. And they tell me next bill coming before the Christmas. What are you going to do is crime will increase. Because if you cannot see about your people in your country, who you expect Guyana to do it?
They don't realize that.
When, the Guyanian began to overrun, the Venezuelan began to go and try to take the Essequibo with all the gold and all the diamond and things. Let me see if you only go stand up and tell them behave yourself. 100 Venezuelan soldiers could run to Trinidad and they run to Guyana in a week's time. Where you need one hide? What kind of minister of security we have? You put in 100 fellas, schoolboys in the police service, and you send in 100 police officers years or least. Come on now, something going to be wrong with these people's head. Like they have some, you know, a fella sing a song like you have man in your head.
Yes.
I mean, it don't measure, but nobody just cannot say nothing. Whatever they say, you take that, and you can fight against it. These are pharaoh we have inside here, and we have to get rid of pharaoh before it's too late. And if it means parting the Red Sea, let us start and come out and march. I imagine an instant, you know, to get change in this country. March, we get tear gas. What happened to these people who let it come out and tell this government, enough is enough. At the age of 17, me, you're going to march no way. March or what?
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Hear this now. The Dragon Deal issue, we in Trinidad, let me tell you something. We have to be careful, you know. Venezuela right now wants to take charge of part of Guyana. Maduro wants to play a bully and step into Guyana and take what belongs to Guyana. Listen me carefully. Maduro wants to step into Guyana and claim piece of Guyana. And that piece of Guyana is where the Guyanese have their oil right now presently. And Keith Rowley and Stuart Young wants to get tied up and chained up with Maduro. I'm going to tell you something. There are countries today that is siding with Guyana. Let me tell you something. I get international reports, you know, and I have friends in high places in outside countries that is supporting Guyana. Let me tell you something. Keith Rowley and Stuart Young, who want to get tied up with Maduro, right, and fight for oil. Let me tell you something. When the Bacchanal break out and Guyana decide to stand up, Keith Rowley and Stuart Young will have to leave Trinidad, you know. Take what I'm telling all you. Recently, well, in the month of October, I've been to Guyana about 3 or 4 times doing business and setting up our company across there. The first time I went to Guyana in the beginning of October, well, not the first time, I've been to Guyana many times, but starting my business process, there was a prince that left Saudi Arabia and signed a couple billion US dollar contract in Guyana concerning oil. I hope, I really hope Keith Rowley and Stuart Young really know what they're doing, you know. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I'm telling all you. A prince left Saudi Arabia, went to Dubai, and signed off on a couple billion dollars US investment between Saudi and Guyana. So if these clowns and them who we have running Trinidad and Tobago want to side with Maduro to fight up little Guyana for their oil, let me tell you something. There's a sanction on Venezuela, you know. I want you to understand that. And I want Stuart Young and Keith Rowley to understand that siding with Maduro will just leave them to run into hiding, you know. Because they want to claim something that does not belong to them. And I will tell you something. If Saudi decide to come along in Trinidad and hunt down X, Y, and Z, if they have no forest in Trinidad, could save them, you know. You quite telling all you. Rowley and Young want to go and throw their line in water where they have no right to. They want to do that. But when you hear that fish catch that line and pull that, I hope they let go and run. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I'm telling all you. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? Because I was in the conference right there when the signing take place. All I feel is little people that is be meeting as a Muslim. As a Muslim. When the signing of that $1 billion contract is in US too, you know. Not Venezuelan dollar or TT dollar, you know. Or Guyanese dollar, you know. It's in US, you know. When that signing took place, I was there in the midst. I was there in the midst. How you think we open? Hey, how you think we open a finance company in Guyana? By guess? By guess? No. No. Side as an investor. I don't need nobody to join with my company to invest. I will invest at 40 million, I will invest at 50 million in countries. You know why? Because the good Lord say, you know what? Saeed is my child and I will bless Saeed. Our company is investing in Guyana. That's why I'm telling businessmen in Trinidad, you want to set up a company in Guyana? Not a problem, contact me. Contact me and I'll walk you through the process. It will cost you, yes. I paid the same fee. I paid the same fee. But we're getting things done. Nevertheless, when asked how higher rate would affect minimum wage worker, Imbert used the opportunity to clarify that there is an electricity rebate scheme in place. He stated that if your electricity bill is 300 or less, 300 or less, you can get a substantial rebate on the bill so that your bill could reduce from $300 to maybe $225. Let me tell you something. If your bill is $300 or less, how many people pay that bill $300 and more? No rebate for you. No rebate for you. They pay $325, and then they add on half of that amount again on it. So again, you end up with $400 and something. Let's talk now. Nearly $500 your bill going to now. Nearly $500 your bill going to now. So let's say something. So we are going for a break, right? Nevertheless. Nevertheless, viewers, a minimum wage earner is going to fall into the category because the vast majority of households in Trinidad and Tobago are billed in the region. Imbert said his ministry would help the poor and vulnerable and added that he does not think increasing electricity rate will have any effect on minimum wage worker. Listen to this.
We have an electricity rebate scheme in place where if your electricity bill is $300 or less, you get a substantial rebate on the bill so that your bill could be reduced from $300 to maybe $225 or something like that. Your minimum wage earner is going to fall into that category because the vast majority of households in Trinidad and Tobago, their bill is in that region, okay? And therefore, the increase in rates will fall within the rebate scheme. That's number one. And we always said that we would always help the poor and vulnerable. So if you have to tweak the rebate scheme so that there's no increase whatsoever for people at the lowest end, or we just have a marginal increase for them because the rebate is kicking in, I don't think that the increase in electricity rates will have any significant effect on minimum wage workers because they're going to fall within the electricity rebate scheme of the government.
So when I hear Amber talk like that, bet your last 10 cents you have in your pocket that electricity rate's going to raise in Trinidad and Tobago. You know why? Colin Amber is the Minister of Finance. And if he said the minimum wage worker would not be affected, you think Marvin Gonzalez going to say, well, we're not going to raise it? No. So you get your answer right there. Right there you get your answer. Electricity rates, that high rate is coming to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Watch out, you're going to see something. Remember I telling you that, eh? I telling you that. Now, they say in TNTech haven't raised their electricity bill in 17 years. In 17 years, you hit me a 51% increase? Up to 68%? When we spoke to Rajiv on a previous show, the manufacturing company, the product is going to cost more. And when their product is going to cost more, it comes down to the wholesaler now. The wholesaler would buy that at a higher price and then retail it now at a higher price. So when the grocery buy it from the manufacturing company at a high price, when it comes down to the grocery, and the grocery now would add on some percentage on that and then sell it back to the citizen at a higher cost. Well, come now, man. Come now, man. You're buying trees for $10 a block. Manufacturing company now, because of the high increase on industrial, the high end up to 78% and more. Commercial is up to 68%. Commercial, my building is a commercial building. Up to 68% I could pay. So $200 or $300 less $8,000 in my electricity bill for 2 months. Imagine a 68% hike on that. Think about it. Think about it. So technically now, my product now that I am selling, I will have to cover a 68% higher price to you now. Well, come say something now. Say something now. How much you pay for a bottle of water on the streets? About $5. That bottle of water is going to cost you about $9 now. Because ice is going to become very expensive. Ice to put in your them waterman this push. Ice is going to become very expensive. So a $5 bottle of water is going to cost you $9 now. Why? Because ice went up. At a 58% increase on commercial. Look at that. $9 for a bottle of water on the street. So are you talking nonsense? Watch and you go see for yourself. Watch and you will see for yourself. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back from that now, Imbert confident of back pay for Christmas after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
So welcome back to Realtalk viewers. Remember, we are offering you 4% on fixed deposit at Realtalk. No other place is giving you that rate. And you can also be a member of the Realtalk Credit Union information. So viewers, stick with the time. Come in. Our numbers, just drop our numbers there so the viewing public would see our phone lines number. So viewers, this is our number. You want to set up an appointment, come into our office, find out how our interest works. And you're good to go. Those of you having spiritual problems also, you can contact me. 339-1670 or WhatsApp me at 267-7325. So viewers, let me tell you something. We're doing it different than Trinidad and Tobago, you know. Realtalk here to stay, you know. We ain't going nowhere, you know. Realtalk here to stay and grow and open your eye and open your ears so you will benefit and your children will benefit. Remember that. We want expanding in other countries. Why? The good Lord is blessing us. So, Finance Minister Coleman would have stated that it was the Permanent Secretary, the PS, in the Ministry of Education who cast doubt on whether the government would keep its promise of back pay for public servants by Christmas. Listen to this.
We have provided $1 billion in back pay for those 37,000 public sector workers who have accepted our offer of a 4% increase plus increase in some allowance. I am also giving today these 37,000 public sector workers an undertaking that all ministries and agencies involved will be provided with the necessary funds to pay this $1 billion in back pay by Christmas of 2023. And I am requesting all permanent secretaries and accounting officers, by way of this budget statement, to immediately start preparing the paperwork to achieve this Christmas deadline for this $1 billion in back pay payment. And they better do it too. They better do it.
This man operating like they owing you something, you know. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. That back pay is money all I work for already, you know. How many of you understand that? That is money that you have already worked for, you know. There's no gift to the nation, you know. It's like you pay for a jersey or a t-shirt or a shoes and you're just waiting to collect it. That's what I'm telling all you. All you work for that already. That money is all you want. So all the friends and Madam Speaker and permanent secretary, make sure you do all the work. Let me tell you something, that man is doing nothing. It's your money that all is supposed to get where he didn't pay all year. You know we getting on? Remember when he said, Madam Speaker, I am proud to announce that Trinidad and Tobago is in the boom. That boom we get, you know, we went under a rock with that boom he was talking about. Under a rock we went. Boom was like an explosion that destroyed Trinidad. We went under a rock. Call a good night.
Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live, my friend.
Right. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education said to his minister that we cannot do the back pay. A permanent secretary could only do that because the PS knows what resources are available and how much they could do.
Correct.
But the big question is, the relationship between the PS and the minister is a private relationship. If the PS told the minister something, how and why did that reach the public? Why did that reach the news?
Correct.
Unless it was a deliberate attempt by the ministers and the politicians involved to mess up that permanent secretary.
Yep.
That is wickedness from the politicians.
High places, yes.
Yes. Secondly, you would have seen on the news yesterday, maybe today too, that senior police officers have been sent on vacation leave, some of them 500 days and so on.
Yes.
I am asking you and people like you to call on the government to send the ministers on their vacation leave also. Here why? Keith Rowley some time ago said he didn't take a vacation leave since he became Prime Minister in 2015.
Correct.
Now, anytime he feels tired, he will say he get COVID and take a rest.
Yes.
Here what happening? So if after 10 years he doesn't take any vacation leave, when he's no longer Prime Minister, after 10 years, the government, the taxpayer, will be owing him 10 months vacation leave.
Yes.
Then he would have to be paid 10 by about 60,000.
Yes.
About $600,000 will have to be paid to him. And to all the ministers, because they didn't take the vacation leave, they save it up so they could get paid for it. I am asking you and media people to call on the ministers, take your vacation leave, and that will save the taxpayers rather than saving it up to get big back pay at the end, money that could be used elsewhere.
Thank you, my friend. Now I'm going to tell you something. The kind of money that I'm collecting, they don't have to take a vacation. Yeah. The kind of money that I'm collecting, they don't have to take a vacation. People like me and you who just work tirelessly. You know, we working, oh God, we working till we back bend. We need vacations. Ministers always flying out. They're always in some big hotel where taxpayers' money is being paid. So now, viewers, at yesterday's virtual press conference, Embert stated that the PM was speaking about the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, and the minister was the Minister of Education. He said none of his permanent secretaries have ever told him that they would not make the best effort to do whatever has assigned to them. Listen to this.
The Prime Minister was talking about tutor and teachers. And when he said a permanent secretary, I remember it was very carefully, I went back and looked at the video. A permanent secretary told the minister that back pay would not be paid until May of 2024. The Prime Minister was speaking about the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, and the minister was the Minister of Education. I can tell you none of my permanent secretaries in the 8 years that I have been here have ever told me that they would not make their best effort to do whatever assignment was given to them. And no permanent secretary in this Ministry of Finance would ever tell me that they are not going to make good on a commitment given in the annual budget, especially since they are involved in the preparation of the budget speech and in the preparation of the estimates. I just want to clear.
You hear that? That's a bacchanal by itself, you know. Now, Imbud added that his ministry must look at the payment record going back to 2014 and calculate the amount of back pay that is due for them each teacher before a payment files is created with all 17,000 teachers. These teachers level, listen to this.
We are working with the Ministry of Education. In fact, we had meetings here at the Ministry of Finance just a couple of days ago. They identified the additional resources that they need because the statement made by the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education to his minister was based on the resources that they have at this time. Obviously, they need additional resources. So that we are working with them to provide the Ministry of Education with the additional people that they need to do the calculations, because calculations have to be done for every single worker, teacher in this case. They have to look at their payment record going back to 2014 and so on, and calculate the amount of back pay that is due to them for each teacher. And then each one of those calculations has to be audited, and then a payment file is created with all 17,000 teachers, and that is sent to the Treasury so that it can be paid by Christmas of 2023.
Now, Trinidad, with regards to TTPS, prison service and fire service, he noted that they are working on the same thing and the calculation of the amount are required far ahead. Imbud also stated that he was quite confident that once everybody pulls together, they will achieve the promise that was made to pay these categories of worker by December. Listen to him.
I am quite confident that once everybody pulls together, we will achieve the back pay promise that we made to pay these categories of workers, teachers, prison officers, fire officers, police officers, by December 2023, we're aiming for December 22, December 23, somewhere around there, and some will get before. Some might even get in November. And I'm fairly confident we can do it. We're just pulling everybody together to get it done. So I just want to clear that.
So that was Imbud. But, you know, we have friends of Real Talk who we love highlighting every night. Take a look at my darling Narissa. This is Narissa. Narissa, who lives in Tunapuna, 56 Paje Extension Road in Tunapuna. Narissa wants a place she could run and duck and hide from Saeed. This is what Narissa telling herself. You know that Saeed wouldn't come after me, Saeed can't pull me up, Saeed can't take my vehicle. Narissa, all Saeed can't. I go show you what Saeed could do. So viewers, I am still offering the public $10,000 for this vehicle. PDZ 8917. That's what it is. I am still offering $10,000 for that. You see, Raquel told herself that Saeed couldn't come and get her vehicle because she's in the army now, you know. You're pulling rank now. Oh, Saeed, you can't come and touch me. You can't take my vehicle. Really? We had a vehicle? Yes, Raquel told herself that. Oh, Saeed, you can't come and take me. You can't take my vehicle. I'm in the army. I protected earlier. Really? You didn't borrow the army money? You borrowed Saeed one. And Marissa is telling herself the same thing. Oh, Saeed car this, Saeed car that, Saeed car the next. Don't get tied up. Look, Raquel van. Look, Raquel van in one of my empty lots. What she say now? She can't say nothing now. You understand? Go back to Narissa. So Narissa telling herself the same thing. Saeed can't take she vehicle. Saeed can't come in she house. Saeed can't empty she parlor. Don't say Saeed can't do. Narissa, don't ever take that out of your mind. Ever take. Keep in mind, you send a document by me. It's just while me and while in you because of family and friends and children. Yeah. Raquel said the same thing you saying. But the thing is, all I know Saeed. All I know Saeed. All I have something belong to Saeed. And I just work with that timing. Come back to me. I just work with that timing. And I light my light. And Raquel will clean my compound. Narissa, let me tell you something what I could do, Gil. I could pick up a police. I could pick up my bailiff. And come and empty your parlor. Your little, oh God, your little juice freezer you have in your parlor, I could empty that. I could take all your snacks and run away with it. You can't do me nothing. I could come and pick up your wares and your heater and your wardrobe and your bed and your tea. I could empty your house. But you don't know that. That is what I could do. I could empty your parlor and empty your house. And when you go by courts and these places and take back furniture, I could come and take it again. That's what you don't know I could do. Every time you stock your parlor, watch man, my transport man eating ping pong going down the road. And now I'm telling you, from emptying your parlor, I could come and take all your snacks and give it away in front of your eye. And you cannot do me nothing. That is how I think I could be Narissa. You know what it is for you and your family to lie down on brown bag? Because every time you buy a mattress for a bed, I could take it. That's what you don't know. I could be real stink. And then I could be real kind. Call a good night.
Hi, Saeed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
I'm calling from Paji to the Pune.
Welcome, my friend.
Now, Saeed, let me tell you something. You see this whole issue with this thing with this police. They send in, you have a crime surge in this country. But you're sending senior police officers on leave and all this kind of business. But let me tell you something, Saeed. Are you aware, Saeed, that when government officials, ministers and they, including the Prime Minister, whenever they leave this country, all accommodations are being paid for by the state. In addition to that,
yes,
all of them receive a stipend of a few $100 Saeed?
Yes.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, they get extra money.
Now let me tell you, come to call me, but now, you see this bullying tactics and this kind of political strategy where they're promising to pay the public servant based on the budget and whatnot, to fool people and whatnot. And you see what he's doing? He's bullying the permanent secretary.
Correct.
And pay it and whatnot, because they're going to tell you something, Saeed. This is not no ordinary thing. This is why the permanent secretary come out and tell you in advance.
You can't pay it.
Thing to do, an exercise.
Yes.
Because of the fact it's 37,000 people you have to pay. And you have to calculate all these back pay monies for each individual worker for over the period of time that you pay.
Correct.
You agree to pay. And therefore, what is going to happen? You're going to have a lot of discrepancies. A lot of these workers, you will see this thing when they pay these people the money. All of them going to tell you the calculation incorrect. They have not received the correct money. This is what the PNM government is doing here. All the money they're going to pay them, they post it and whatnot. But I guarantee you, Saeed, the money that they will be paying these workers, everybody is going to complain. The calculation is wrong. They have not received the correct amount of money. So this is what the permanent secretary was telling him, call him about. But he's so dotish and hardened.
Oh, God, call her.
And said, you know, and telling them they're better paid. And and you see the Prime Minister not use threatening remarks against the police Public Service Commission
yes.
to deal with these individuals and them who the state have put in position. And here we tell them, all they face the electorate, you know, is we put all there and all they have to do what we tell all you.
Correct.
But if you telling me to do something which is wrong or which I know cannot be fulfilled, and I am telling you that, you know what eventually going to happen when the permanent secretary and they pay this money? People are going to blame the permanent secretary and her staff. They're going to say, you know, they're incompetent and whatnot and whatnot. This is why when the permanent secretary come out and tell you that it cannot be done because they know it's limited time and it's 37,000 workers. You have to calculate their back pay. So definitely she's sure that payment is going to be wrong, calculation is going to be wrong. And I hope all of them trade unions, the police, the fire service, whoever sign up for that 4%. When they get the money and the workers and them complain that it's not correct, I hope that the workers and them take these people to task and get rid of them as the union leaders. Because I'll tell you why I say this side. Michael Steeves, who was the president of the police second division representative, he went up as an election candidate for the PNM when the PNM was offering zero and all kinds of things to the police service, and they're paying them the $1,000 monthly when they get killed on the line of duty and all that. Now you see them making a PNM senator in the parliament, like Andy, Saieed. The point I'm making to you, these fellas and them have to be held accountable. And when it comes to election time, it's to kick out all of them. From all the things, from the army, whoever ever sign up.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Hey, let me tell you something. All in for a surprise, you know. Take what I'm telling all you. All in for a big surprise, you know. Attorney General Regional Armo, SC, have stated that a combined effort is needed to reduce organized crime in the region as it is a constantly evolving enterprise. I'm okay about Trinidad, he talking about the region. He was speaking at a special meeting of the Permanent Council of the Organization of American States, OAS. Armo stated that data shows crime is fueled by illegal importation of guns from the United States, and regional government are forced to spend millions of dollars on national security, which could otherwise be allocated to other critical needs like health care and education. Wow, Armo, big speech. He said, the Caribbean is not traditionally known for violent crime, but is now gravely affected by armed violence, which affect foreign direct investment, trade, and industry. Listen to this after we go talk.
Data demonstrates that crime is fueled and sustained by the illicit flow of guns not manufactured in our region, but traced to the United States of America. Regional governments are forced to spend millions of dollars on national security, which could otherwise be allocated to other critical needs, healthcare, education, to name only two. Armed, unconventional violence now gravely affects our Caribbean, traditionally not associated with violent crime. Gang violence affects our foreign direct investment, trade, and tourism. Murder rates, combined with the overwhelming illegal firearms possession, paint a dismal picture to the international community, resulting in adverse travel advisories.
Let us know. Every single Attorney General comes and goes in Trinidad and Tobago is the same discussion. It's the same thing. It's donkey years now. It's donkey years now. The same issue taking place, and no country could fix it. None. He said, by pooling resources and experience, we can develop comprehensive solutions that not only target the symptoms, but also address the root cause of gang violence. Listen to this.
We must adopt collective strategies to address these challenges along key thematic areas of prevention, intervention and suppression, evidence-based initiatives, multi-agency intervention, technological support, and comprehensive communication strategies, all required. We must commit to open, constructive dialogue aimed at formulating and implementing unified strategies. By pooling our resources, expertise, and experience, we can develop comprehensive solutions that not only target the symptoms, but also address the root causes of gang violence.
They're talking about gang violence, gang violence, gang violence. Every single police commissioner, every single second in command to police commissioner, every minister of national security, every prime minister knows about gangs in Trinidad and Tobago. And to this date, not one single gang in Trinidad have been dismantled. So you're only hearing about gangs and how as far as that, we had a whole list of how many gang members, how many gangs, who employed, who is the owner, who is the gang leaders, who is second in command, and to this date nothing happened. To this date. So what the Attorney General doing is just embarrassing himself more than any other by highlighting something that they cannot and will not address. Yeah, I said it. Will not address. Amor noted that transnational organized crime is a constantly evolving enterprise, and there must be gathering with a greater law enforcement collaboration and intelligence sharing to target transnational criminal network and source and secure our borders. Then listen to this.
It is past time for our region to consider the formulation of a new regional instrument that contemplates and encompasses these developments. Transnational organized crime, which encompasses guns and gangs, is a constantly evolving enterprise that responds to market shifts and perpetual innovations in criminal methodology. It represents an underground industry that operates beyond established borders or regulations. As a region, we need greater law enforcement collaboration and intelligence sharing to target transnational criminal networks and secure our borders.
You see pretty speech? Pretty speech ain't doing nothing for Trinidad and Tobago. Listen to this now. Commissioner of Police Ola Hayward Christopher have defended her decision to send senior officer on vacation leave amid the current upsurge in crime across the country and given assurance that the crime fight won't be hindered as a result. Yesterday, a memo to Superintendent Roger Alexander informing him of approved 765 days leave was circulating on social media. However, there was concerns raised by some other officers as well as members of the public. Hayward Christopher explained that officer proceeding on leave may occasions the transfer of officer in some instances to fill vacant position. Now, hold on. Recently they make a plea for army officials to volunteer to come out and patrol the streets of Trinidad and Tobago. Not too long ago, all officers who was on vacation, they had to come out. Yeah. They had to come out. But our officer now, he is a senior officer now, while crime is piling in Trinidad and Tobago, spiral in Trinidad and Tobago, the cop defending that. Why the hell the cop call out all those officers who was on vacation leave? Why did she call him? Why is she calling out the army while they're sending a senior now on vacation? Let me tell you something. All they're only spinning top in mud. For a 60-year-old woman, you should have been home playing with grandchildren if you have. Take what I'm telling you. Before your brain melt. Yeah, I'm saying it. Do something about it. from the time you're 16, you start to go senile. You start to forget. She might be forgetting where she put on the sugar spoon. Or mix up the dal spoon together with the baking powder spoon. Nevertheless, viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but we run up this program tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30. And we'll be right back here for another live show, Real Talk with Saieed Ali at night. Good night.